need to hear what to do, welcome. I hope everyone is doing great. So today's video is going to be on this look. We are doing soft glam. I'm creating two different types of soft glam with the eyes. So if you'd like to see how I got this look, let's go. Right, so let's get into this soft glam. Of course, you want to start with a nice easy base. So choose your favorite products. So I'm going to talk you through my favorite products. So for a primer, I'm going to go in with the Revolution Pro Pore Primer, just so that we can minimize these pores and blur them out. I also just want a little bit extra coverage on the rest of my face, so we're going to apply it there as well. And we're just going to take my fingers and we're going to blend them in. I'm going to breeze through the base bit at the moment so that we can move on to eyes and stuff like that. But if you like to do your eyes first, then go ahead and do your eyes first of all. I've obviously gone ahead and done my brows, and I love to do my brows first because my brows are just out of control. So I just like to get them done first of all, so that I can carve them out with concealer, especially when we're in lockdown and they have been growing out. It's just easier for me to be able to create the shape that I want by doing my eyebrows first. But do it in whichever order you like to do your makeup, you'll still get the same results. So I'm now going in with my e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer in Chocolate, and I'm just doing this to like spot conceal, and it's actually literally running out. I need to get a new one. So I'm just going to go ahead and going to blur that out. So I just like to make sure that it goes under my eyes to really just give my base something nice and even to work with. And also because I've got some marks on my face, I don't want them showing up throughout the day. So I just like to conceal that up. Then you want to go in with your favourite foundation. So my favourite at the moment is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation. I'm in the shade Marquise, which is medium deep 5. It's a full coverage foundation. And when I tell you that this foundation is flawless, absolutely flawless, just gives me the coverage that I want, and the colour that I chose goes really well with my skin tone. I have done a separate video on a wear test of the NARS foundation, so go check that out if you want to see my thoughts further on that. But yeah, I like to dot my foundation on my face, and then I like to just go ahead and blend it out, and I concentrate more so on the outer part of my face for more coverage than I do the inner part, only because I will go ahead and I will conceal, and that's what I like to do with my coverage. But obviously you can work from inside to outside as well. So you see how gorgeous it just goes onto the skin, like it really like melts in really nice, and that is just like essentially like one pump. And then we're going to go in and highlight conceal under my eyes, and I'm going in with the Can't Stop or Won't Stop concealer, and this is from NYX. And this is in the shade Warm Caramel. With my concealer, I'm literally taking a lighter hand than I did when I spot concealed, because I still want it to like be there but not be there, kind of. That's the look I'm going for this like soft glam. And I'm going to let my under eyes sit for a sec, so just let it dry down so I can get a little bit more coverage with the product. So once it's dried down a bit, I don't let it dry down too much, and then I just go in and I will pat it, and I start from here and I take it right up under my eye, and I just try and concentrate this highlight in just this area and around my nose. I'm not taking it up and out to the side. I just don't do that anymore. There we go, and that is it, all done. One step I did forget to do before I put on my concealer and my foundation is, I normally like to go in with an illuminating glow. This is a liquid highlighter. This is an Illuminator from Revolution. This is in the shade Bronze. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that now, even though I normally would do it under my foundation. I want to powder on top of it. So I'm normally quite messy with it, but I'm going to be quite careful with it, and I'm just going to apply a touch. I like to just place the product. And what this helps me do, especially like with my soft glam, it just helps for the glow to look like it's coming from within, and it's not too harsh. So I don't know how I've forgotten. It was literally right there waiting for me. So yeah, that happened. It's okay. It can still be done any step pretty much. You could still do it in just the highlighter stage as well. You don't need to go ahead and do it like I am. And then I'm just going to blend all of this in, and I'm just going to pat it in. Normally I would like cream it in a little bit, but I'm just going to pat it in because I don't want it to like disappear. It's kind of like that warm glow from within. It's not too harsh, it's not too in your face, and it all kind of like will tie back with the final look. So let's go ahead and powder now. I'm gonna powder with my Fenty. This is in the shade Nutmeg. I just like to press that into the skin. Right, so you see that now that I've powdered, I still can see that highlighter underneath, and it's still kind of like coming through like nicely. So that's the look that you kind of want. You want that beat sunkissed kind of vibe. So now we're going to go in and bronze. I'm going to bronze with Splendor Ultra Matte Bronzer from Revolution. This is my go-to bronzer. It's nice and deep, and it also gives me like that sort of like contoured feel. So I just again place it where I want it, and then we're going to buff it out. If you ever feel that your bronzer has come down too low, you can take your translucent powder or just a setting powder and carve out this underneath part. Some people like to also do it just to get that sort of sharp, like sculpted look, but I don't really mind it. And when I've tried to do that before, the line has stayed and I couldn't get rid of it, and it annoyed the hell out of me. So we're not going to go there today to mess up this look. So now we're going to go in with blusher, and I want to go in with my favourite blusher, which is from the Tammy X Revolution Paradise Glow palette, and it's a nice coral orange. And I've also been vibing with like pink blushes and plum blushes. I really like that, but I used this the other day and I haven't used it in ages, and I felt like so like awake, and it was really, really nice. So we're going to go in and we're going to use that today. This palette is very pigmented as well, so do be careful, like me, who's just gone and turned myself into, I don't know what that is, like some orange glow. So if you ever do that and you feel like you've got too much blusher on, take your foundation brush and just buff that back into your skin with no product on it. You'll have leftover product from when you put your foundation on, or take your beauty blender or your sponge or whatever it is that you use to apply your foundation, and just take it down. You can literally just go like that, and that will tone it down if you feel like it. But yeah, I learned that trick. I loved that trick. That is just absolutely perfect, because sometimes I do go a bit heavy-handed and it's kind of like, ooh, take it back, take it back. I think I might have gone a little bit too much. Doesn't matter. We're gonna leave it as it is. I am just gonna take my bronzer brush and buff some more bronzer in. I've not put any more product on my I've not put any more product on. I just feel like I've lost my bronzer there. I got a little bit too happy with the blush. And that can also help to just like bring it back now, girl. Bring it back now, girl. At this time, I would also go ahead and apply some blusher. I don't think I really want to, but I'm going, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to just apply the bare minimum. That's it. Nothing too much. And you could also have just left it and not put anything else on there. So let's go on to the piece de resistance. I always find that eyes always bring a look together and ties it all back. So don't leave your eyes blank. Like here now, what you could do, if you really don't want to put eyeshadow or anything on, run a bit of your bronzer over your lid. Bam, you're good to go. That is an easy go-to. Or you can take a few combo eyeshadows, nudie kind of look, nudie colours, and pop that on. That can also work too. So what I like to do is I found that if I put on a base, not so much a concealer base, but actually put on a base, this is the Ultimate Eye Base from Revolution. And normally I go in with a brush, but I can't find that brush right now. So I'm just going to go in with my fingers, very light, and I'm just going to apply this just on my lid if I can. And I got this in the shade medium, and they did have 3 different shades. You can obviously go in with a lighter concealer, that can also work. And this base will just give your eyeshadow something to cling on to, and also with this kind of like nude soft glam, it also can act as a colour to incorporate within the whole look. Right, so there are obviously many palettes out there that you can use, but these are my go-to. So this is literally my everyday go-to palette. This is the Revolution Reloaded Iconic Fever palette, and this is my everyday. Love this one. And then I've just added to the collection this one from Revolution, and this is the Reloaded Velvet Rose. I just wanted something a little bit more, a little softer, but with a little bit of colour as well, because I quite like the pinks in there as well. Could create 2 looks, one with this one and one with that one. Maybe I will do that. Right, I'm going to create 2 different looks. I'm going to create one with the Velvet Rose and one with the Iconic Fever palette. So on this side, we're going to go in with the Iconic Fever. I'm going to keep it very simple and very basic for this. I'm going to go in with this shade right here. And I'm going to just place that where I want that to be. I'm just going to build this colour up, but we're also not going to let this take too long, and just buff that into my crease. We're not even going to deepen the crease, we're going to go straight in with a nudie nudes. And that's what I would normally do. So buff it out, and I kind of round it off. And then we're going to go straight on with the nudie nudes. So I'm going to mix these 2 colours. So I'm going to mix this one and this one. So it's like a sort of like a beigey caramel, beige and a caramelly brown. And I'm just going to pop that on the lid all over. being sure to just build it up as well, and that base that you put on will help for this to really like show through. I'm going to go buff that out, and I actually think I am going to deepen with the same colour. And then for inner corner, we'll just go in with the shimmer shims on the bottom. And then I'm going to take this like ready one, which is kind of looks like a mixture of all the colors that I've used, and I'll take that on top. There you go, that's done. Right, so I'm gonna go in first of all with this nude. This is from the Velvet Rose. And we're just gonna pop that in my crease. And this one's gonna be like really, really like, we're gonna do like a soft pinky nude, because obviously the Velvet Rose palette wouldn't be right if we didn't use some of their pinkies. So don't forget, place the product, buff it out. I always put my eyeshadow on with my eyebrows raised. So what I also like to do is just like rest my eyebrows and have a look and make sure that I've actually placed the product high enough. Because sometimes I'd find that it kind of stops here, and I want it a little bit higher. So once you're happy, all buffed it in. So we're gonna go in, I wanna use this like mauvey pink color. So I'm gonna go in with that. And I'm just keeping it right in the crease because I don't want to take it any higher. And then I'm going to take my other brush and I'm going to buff them in together. Could have taken it down a little bit out. Anyways, let's not do that. So then I'm going to just take my finger and I'm going to go in with the shimmer mauve. We're going to just do something totally different. On this side, oh, so pretty. Let's just. So we're gonna have one matte and one shimmer. That is really, really nice. And then you could go ahead and deepen with a bit of the brown, which I think I actually might do. So I'm gonna go in with that brown. I'm just going to tidy it up because I've just made a little bit of mess. I'm just going in with my concealer brush. I'm just going to create a little flickety flick of the wrist. Flickety wrist, flickety wrist, flickety wrist. That's it. No product on this whatsoever. Just clean it up. Inner corner. So inner corner, I think I want to take the same inner corner actually. I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to go back into this palette and I'm going to do the same inner corner. So I think it will work with this one. And I don't think there's any really colours in there that can do this one justice. Nothing beats a soft glam without some brown eyeliner. So I'm going in with my sleek and I'm going to do that on both eyes in the waterline. Also, what I find, what makes or breaks a soft glam is liquid eyeliner. So black obviously is popping, it's out there, it's going to be like great, but if you're not too confident, black can be really harsh, and if you go wrong you can't really fix it. That's why I also like a brown, because a brown you can sometimes, especially like on the look that I've got now, it might not seem like you can see it, but you'll see like the flick at the end, or the wing, whatever you want to call it. So just pick your poison and see which one that you prefer. There are days when I like a black and there are some days when I prefer a brown. So we're going to do both. No, I'm going to do a brown. Let's stick to one. I'm going to do a brown. This is the Revolution. This is in just their shade. This is just their brown shade. So I'm just going to go in and I'm going to pop that on. Okay, I decided to be daring and I went with black on this side and I went brown on this side. And actually I think this is the best wing that I've ever done. So sometimes taking risks work. Right, so let's finish off the eyes now. So let's go do the under bit of the eye. And I'm just going to take, for this eye, I'm going to go in with this brown. Because I kind of want it to be just a little bit dramatic. And then for this eye, I'm going to go in with these two. And I'm going to blend it out. So let's go ahead and do lashes. We're going to go in with two different types of lashes. So there we go. Lashes are on and I've gone ahead and applied some under eye mascara as well. So we're nearly finished. So let's do a lip. And we're going to go in with a simple classic lip. This is my favourite combo at the moment. Literally 3 products, that's it. So we're going to lip line with Glory from Revolution, and I really just love the colour of this. Then we're going to go in with Stunna lip paint from Fenty. This is in the shade Unbuttoned. I'm going to go in the centre, and it's very wet, this one, so you have to kind of work carefully. So I dab. Just in the center, and I just leave it like that, and then I take my finger and I'm gonna press it in. You can take a lip brush or whatever you like. It dries down really beautifully. And then I'm just going to go in the outer corners. I'll go again with my lip liner. There we go. Nice lip. We could leave it matte if that's what you want, but I am obsessed with gloss at the moment. So just literally a simple clear gloss, and I pop some on my finger and then I just pop it on my lip. And then we are going to set this bad boy. And I'm gonna fix up, look sharp, come back and show you guys the final look, it all put together. That's it guys, that is the final look. I hope you kind of liked this video, kind of this like soft glam with a little bit of vavoom and then a very like soft like everyday soft glam. Yep, so this is how I would have styled it. I put a hair in a ponytail, and then I am loving the new style of Cas bands that are available, and this is the mocha shade and it's really nice. It's so comfortable, and it really just goes with anything. So guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up. Give this channel a subscribe, and I will see you guys on my next video. Deuces!